so much for sticking around and of course in today's video I want us to discuss with you, all my subscribers, followers, about the small businesses you can think about in this year 2025. The small businesses you can think about in this year 2025 with the little capital. Of course, if we talk about small businesses, we mean you are a starter and you don't have maybe all it takes to do massive investment at first. So, number one, business. Of course, I personally do. School chalk business. School chalk business. Of course, this business is a season. I think to all my friends, followers who follow me, you have to watch this video until the very last end. I'm going to give you details about school chalk business, maybe a few things that I have never talked about on my channel. When it comes to business, many people think it is about buying things and selling things and you make profits. But to me, I think it is something bigger than just buying things and selling them and you make profit. Business involves a lot of things. It is something that is so emotional. It is something that involves a lot of risks. And we don't put that in consideration when we are starting. Most times, until it happens to us, it's when we realize that, oh, this business requires extraordinary dedication. By the way, starting a business is more harder than doing a job, because when you are doing a job, you can lose your 1 month salary when things don't work out for the person you are employer. But when it comes to business, you lose your capital. So business needs more extra attention before you start. You have to think wisely, make research, understand what you're going to do. So most people jump into the school chalk business without knowing the science. How are those people who are in the business surviving? Or just buying things. Business is not about getting things from the wholesaler. You sell them to the final consumer and you think you are doing business? Really? No, it's something beyond that. Of course, emotions, risks, they are all involved in the business. So, for the people who think about starting a small business, you cannot only put capital as your requirements. You must have a working idea. In fact, an idea is something. Lose all your money. Sorry for the network interruptions. Peter Crouch, I just wanted to wish you a great rest of your day. Take care of yourself, brother. Yes, thank you. The network is becoming a serious threat. Anyway, I will still continue with this live. I was still telling you that small businesses is not about just getting your money, go buy stuff and sell them to the final consumers. It is just something beyond that. So for the people who have been following me on my channel, and there are those people who are interested, not relying on selling, who are interested, not relying on selling from Mr. Mahabub. Hi, Peter, and my name is Michael. I'm always here speaking about small businesses, and I also stand in to help people who want to start. I make research on people's behalf and make sure that they get the right equipments for starting small businesses. Currently, we are looking at get the required training that is required in school chalk production. So the network is a very big threat. I don't know how I'm going to manage this live, or else I can first switch my internet to another, this is becoming a serious threat. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for following me on other social media platforms. So I was still saying that business is not about buying things and just selling them. There is a lot to learn through the process. Once you fail today, the next day you come when you are so much resilient with other tactics. You learn from experience. Other people say you must learn from experience of those people who are already in the business. No, until something lands on you. Most times, most of us, we don't want to learn from those people who have been who are committed to my videos. I still thank you. Though the network has been a threat. So planning, I was talking about planning. You make proper planning before you release your money. Most of the investors, you find that's your hard-earned cash. Maybe you have worked, you have been employed for years. This time around, you have said, you know what? This time I need to be somehow independent. I need to start my own stuff. And eventually, you find you have wasted all your years by starting a wrong business, and that hurts so much. That's why we stand in this time around to make sure that we give you a solid one-stop area where you can get all your stuff for starting up side hustles and small business, of course, to increase your income. So when it comes to planning, and most especially that involves acquiring of materials, you must get the right source of materials. Of course, how does this help you? When you buy things at a reasonably good price, it helps you to sell the things at a good price also. And that, of course, will enable you to compete with those people who are existing in the market. But if you just jump in the market, go and your planning. So when it comes to material, so when we look at material, where are you going to get these materials? Okay. From whom? Who is going to be your supplier? Where are you going to buy the stuff from before you think about starting your business? Because as I told you, that will affect your pricing. You'll find you have a pricing at a reasonably good price if you have acquired them at a good price also. But if you go in the market when you are blind, you don't know what is happening, of course they will charge you highly. After charging you highly, when you reach at your workplace or your shop or your business, you'll also hike your price, and of course definitely the customers won't buy from. When you are acquiring material for your startup business, make sure look for someone, the right person with good quality, with fair price to supply you. So quality, and when it comes to starters, all think about starting a business that people's capital. First stock takes some people back home. Why? Why am I insisting on first stock? By the way, I made in an entire video talking about first stock, how dangerous first stock is. First stock will kill your money in very many different ways. When you go and buy first stock at a high price, you'll bring the things in your location, in your store, in your shop, in your retail shop, and they will not move. Why? Because you'll find poor quality. Because you're not used, you don't know the business industry, so you have bought poor quality stuff that are not even required in the market. Poor quality. So you'll buy first stock when the things are overpriced goods. You'll buy first stock when you don't know exactly the price, and in the end, the pricing, all these things affect your pricing, and you'll find in the end you are unable to sell your things. So when you want to, for example, to sell back, you want to remove your first stock that has failed to move in your business. Of course, if for example I have bought if I have bought this if I have bought this at 10,000 when it is new brand, of course when I want to dispose it off, and because it has failed to move, no one is asking for this. So of course you find I have reduced the price. I have disposed it at a loss so that maybe I can invest my money in something different. But make sure before you start as a small starter, make sure you start with little things in your business. It doesn't matter which kind of business you're going to do. Make sure you start with little things and use what we call on demand to stock more things, to improve your businesses, to expand, and also to start new branches. What you use is what we call um, on demand. When you bring in little stuff, you are in a location. Of course, customers will come, you say, they will ask for what you have, and they will also ask for what you don't have. So you'll have to put it in your system. Put it in your system. Oh, today they asked for this connector. Yes, I have it. But again, they have asked for some other things that I don't have. You write them down. Next time, you'll see how frequent people are going to be asking things. So you stock those things that are demanded by your customers, so that maybe things don't stay longer in your business, because you know when things stay longer in the business, they hold your cash. And remember, rent doesn't stop. When your things are in your business and they are not moving, rent doesn't stop. The landlord will always demand you. Taxes will always be charged. Maybe ground rent, maybe there are some taxes that the governments charge. So taxes will always be there. It means that this, if you have bought this at 5,000, if you stock it and it has not moved for like a year, you'll find there is already depreciation on this, you some money, because you have been paying rent for this and it's not moving. You have been paying taxes for this and it's not moving. So consider looking at first stock. Be careful about your first stock, because first stock kills a lot of businesses. So when we leave the first stock issue, make sure you choose a good location. So what do we mean by a location? By the way, people think that location is your physical address. Yes, literally, today the world has become a global village. So your location must be attracting the right people that you want. For example, you might Shuete hardware deep in the village. You might find there is access, there are people in the village concentrated, but no one can things. Maybe if you have decided to locate your business in the village, what are those people interested in? Okay, even if they're interested in the stuff you're selling, are they affordable? Can they afford them? So you consider class when you're looking at stocking your things also, because if you stock the things that don't fall in a class, in the category of your customers, definitely you'll end up losing out. That will create the issue that I have discussed before. It will be the stock that doesn't move, and definitely that might take you back. You will think that the business doesn't work just because you have used a wrong strategy. You have bought the things that are not required. You have located your business in a place where you don't have customers. So when we come to business location, there are only two considerations that you need to put in mind. You don't look for a good house to locate your business. You don't look for a good house. You only consider two major factors when it comes to business location. One is material, raw material. If you're doing retail business, where do you get your stuff from? How much does transport cost you? Then the second thing is market. If you don't have market in your area, at least it must be a center where you get your things from, or it must be a center of your raw material. Two things you need to put into consideration before choosing your business location. I don't know how many times I must talk about this, but you must think about two major things when it comes to business location. Very many people say that location is not key. That's not the most important thing when it comes to business. But let me tell you this. Even though today the world has become a global village, it is still important to look at your location. Location is very important. If you are doing retail business, where do you get your things from? How much does transport cost you? Then the second thing is market. If you don't have market in your area, at least there must be a center where you get your things from, or it must be a center of your raw material. Two things you need to put into consideration before choosing your business location. Very many people say that location is not key. That's not the most important thing when it comes to business. But let me tell you this. Even though today the world has become a global village, If you are located in an area that is difficult to access, even if you dance online, you get difficulties in delivering to them your product. Two major factors: access to your goods and services, and that could be also raw material. And the second thing is market. No more, no less. But if you want to locate your business in a place, and the major consideration is this is where I come from. Sorry for you, brother. It might be hard for you to succeed in business. If you consider your business location as this is my home, if you look at your home as the factor for your business location, you want your business to be near your home. It's okay, it could be easy access, but you'll find that your family members are not among your target customers. So definitely you'll have a business located near your home, but with no customer. You cannot put emotions in locating your business. You say the business has to be near my home, the business be in a place where I come from. No, you can move somewhere because of only two considerations. These are the major factors when it comes to business location. Number one is, I told you, raw material or goods and services, where you get them from. It must be nearer. Number two, you must be having market market for your staff, of course. And the network is becoming a big problem. I don't know if you're hearing me. Can someone tell me if you are hearing me? Because it seems the network is not clear. It seems the network is not clear. Mahabub, are you still on my live? Mr. Peter Crouch, are you still watching? Mr. McCall, are you still watching? Can you let me know how the voice is, and also the network, because it seems I have some network breaks frequently. I have some network issues. Let me change my network, then I'll get back. Let me first change my service provider, maybe to MTN, and I see how I can shortly start another live. Otherwise, if you are my subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around my channel. If you are new here, kindly consider subscribing. Watch my videos. I have a lot of tutorials that I do, and what can I do? I always feel so happy when I'm talking to such kind of people. So let me change my network, and how we can get back. Sorry for the interruptions, but it seems my network is not clear.